but it just tells me I still need work to do. So I'm still, but I've got to a point now where I'm quite, I need to heal, I need to be looking at self, healing self, then I can be open to another relationship. But
How long do you think it will take?
I don't think you should put time on it. I think you just know.
Just know when you're
You
ready.
know what I mean? But
Do you ever think there's a point where you're ready? Like,
I think there's like, for me, my last relationship, I wasn't, in my mind, I wasn't ready. And then I, as you said, manifested
forced
it.
it.
I was like, no, I didn't force it. It was
Okay.
more like she appeared at the right time. Do you know what I mean? It was like, there was a moment where I felt like, yeah, I'm ready.
okay.
Because we was talking for a while,
Yeah.
and then I was like, actually, I feel ready to be in a relationship with you, kind of thing.
Mm.
So I think there's not a time. It's more
No.
about a feeling.
Yeah,
More
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, I'm there now. Because right now I feel like I've got so much going on in life.
Mm.
Actually, it wouldn't make sense.
Let me come at you.
Yeah.
I remember an episode that we done way back when, and you had said something along the lines of, you know, you wouldn't want to do it again
Mm.
after this, right? You just said you met her at the right time,
Yeah.
but then also said that you wouldn't put a time on when it's
Yeah.
time. I think it is time and feeling.
Yeah.
What I understand is that there is never a right time. What I understand is the healing process is forever. It's forever. So it's not really a time, place. It's in order for you, a part of the healing is being in front of a woman and experiencing this thing with her and looking at yourself through her
A
eyes.
reflection.
Yeah.
To
A
say,
reflection.
oh, that
Right,
bit's done.
right,
that
right,
bit ain't.
right,
that
right,
bit's
right,
done.
right.
100%.
I think part of it, I'm sure we had this convo ages ago, Jay, and it was, we are so caught up in trying to do everything for ourselves by ourselves. And we say, oh, I want to heal and I want to do this and I want to go so I don't carry this with me when I get into the next one. Rather than saying, do you know what, carrying these bags, this person might be able to help ease it, because if one bag's heavier than the other, maybe they can hold, but it's still not their baggage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we get to the door, when we get back to the house, they can put the bag down the same way as me, but they can help me unpack and put all the stuff in the cupboards and the fridge ready to go.
So for me, how I feel at the moment is about, I don't want to offload my baggage on you. I
But
don't
isn't
want
that
to
how we always feel? Or generally?
Generally, like there's certain baggage I may have that will affect you, and it shouldn't be, if that
But
makes sense.
you
But,
might
and,
stop-
But do you feel
no, but what I'm
that
saying
they
is,
can help you?
if there's a
that way?
duality in process in terms
Yeah.
of you can support me in my process,
Yeah.
I can support you
Yeah,
in your
that's,
process.
that's
Right?
the ideal.
But if you feel like you can't be held, then you have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not to say what I'm feeling is truth as well. It could be saying, actually, you're not seeing this clearly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, the reason why I want to be by myself is because have I actually looked at who I am, my process,
Yeah.
what I'm comfortable
Yeah,
with, my
yeah.
boundaries. Am I clear about what I offer? Am
Yeah,
I
yeah,
clear
yeah.
about what
Yeah.
I want to receive? So that for me is I've never deeply had that conversation. I've just been operating through, flowing,
Yeah.
growing, whatever it is, and then maybe you're like, because the thing is, there is no right or wrong to any of this,
No.
because you can get into a space and harm someone.
Yes.
Of course, you don't want to harm people,
Yeah.
but you harm them,
Yeah.
and that doesn't feel good too. So, am I better by myself until there's obviously we're constantly healing,
Yeah.
but there is a space where you're like, oh, I'm ready to. Like for me,
So ready to receive.
I know my intention is pure, so I'm going to always naturally give, which is I don't think about when I give, I just give. Like, do you know what I mean? But what I'm seeing out here is just not
Take.
natural. It's like take,
And
and
then
if
if
you
someone
don't serve my
presented
needs, then you're bad.
Yeah.
If someone
that makes
presented
sense.
themselves to you at the moment,
If I
do
can't
you
handle
feel like you would try to be like, still not at time, or do you feel like you would be open but have clear boundaries?
I
That
don't know.
depends on the
It
feeling
does depend
that
on
you
the feeling,
have.
because
Yeah.
at the same time, if I'm saying I'm not ready because I just need to process myself, I would hope that someone respects that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
if it's meant to be, we'll
It
we'll
will
come
eventually.
again.
You're just taking
that's
a
what I'm
break
saying.
to take
It's like-
notes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How would you address
There is a perfect time and there isn't no perfect time.
Mm.
If that makes
But
sense,
then-
like
There isn't a perfect
There-
time.
there is
There is no perfect time,
no,
but there's always
but when
perfect
you
time.
meet, that's the perfect time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not
But
like
it
Do you
depends
know
on
what
how
it
you
is? I
feel.
think it's
exactly.
how
It's
you
all
feel,
about.
yeah.
So when you bring in feelings,
Yeah.
you will know this is the perfect time, or you will
Yeah.
say no. Because like for me, I can see someone, the same person.
Yeah.
I could have seen them 10 years ago. I
Mhm.
thought, nah.
And
I
then
can see them
now,
now,
suddenly,
shit,
like,
I see.
wow.
Like how you explain.
Exactly.
But like,
That's what I'm saying.
as
So
I'm gonna go back to
non-perfect
saying-
time, perfect time.
Yeah, as they
And
say,
it's feeling,
our
it's
time
that
isn't God's
chemistry you
timing.
need to
Feeling.
feel.
See that?
Our
See that?
timing isn't God's timing. So when we're saying, oh yeah, it's the perfect time for who? If that's the timing, that's the timing. So it's perfect.
What? I just lost what I was going to say.
You can give me some stuff, but I'm just
Yeah.
gonna wait. I
There,
hopefully
there's,
stick.
there's a. What was I going to say? It was actually probably to what I was.
It's not the time, man.
It's not your timing.
I lost it, but it will come back. It will come
Yeah.
back. But yeah, it's definitely for me. It's definitely about feeling. Oh, that was it. Feeling. So, what I realized is, I was in my head about relationships a lot of the time, right? Which is play the game. You know, the game of control, the game of manipulation, the game of whatever. You know. Now that I'm going into my body and I'm feeling, there's things that I'm like, this is uncomfortable. What is my relationship with this thing called relationship? What is my relationship with this thing called love? What is the version we're being taught? Is everyone like, so when I hear others talk, so when you start to say things like, and not my exes, but I'm just like, I just listen to people in general, and they're like, he made me or she made me feel this way. How? Like, yes, it affects you, but
They didn't make
they
you.
didn't make you feel
Yeah.
that way. It, as you said about like your interpretation of things now has changed
Yeah.
because we're looking at it from a slight, and that's what I find I'm struggling with because I'm seeing things, because I'm doing that work, internal work. I'm not fighting for love anymore.
No.
I literally say that I don't fight for love, and like
So
you
then
get
that's
people
it.
saying, "What do you mean you can't do it?" It doesn't mean things are going to be uncomfortable and yeah. I'm not saying uncomfortability isn't great for us.
That's the warlord.
I'm saying the fight for love. It doesn't make sense.
Shouldn't have to
Fight
fight for
for
it.
love. Grow for love or grow in love, and you know, growing pains, and you've got a water, and you've got, you know, no one's saying it's going to be perfect, but maybe the perfect is the imperfection, if that makes sense. Like it's the, but I'm not. What I'm hearing out here is this kind of divide of like,
Oh, tell me about it.
like there's no respect for the dual process. It's either one, the man rules Andrew Tate, or the feminism rules whatever it is.
I
Do you know
do
what I mean?
get sucked in sometimes.
And I'm like, shit. So where is the team? Where's the ankh? Where is the?
I always
the
use
duality,
that as my guideline, man.
because-
Yeah.
And that for me is what I've learned. The beauty of having a relationship is like, we can't do this without women. Women can't do this without us. We have to be on the same team. We have to be on the mission
But
together.
both are always on guard.
Oh,
I feel
that's the
like
thing.
when you.
But
Because of the pain.
even in myself,
Yeah.
I feel my on guard because I'm like, you're not on team or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But again, I need to do the work so I can soften and be like, okay,
Yeah.
I hear you. So I've learned about my reactions. I've learned about my emotions. Because when I feel something or I feel like I'm being attacked in whatever way, I feel it and then I shut down. Like shit. And when I shut down, I go cold, like
Same.
cold.